Powers and
Cassandra Fuller.
Welcoming you to Six in the City and an extremely packed guest list today.
We do have a guest
We're
list.
starting out with folks from Augustine.
And we've got a packed studio, too.
Oh, we certainly do. They're very quiet.
They are very quiet.
Yeah.
It's odd how quiet.
Notice the overwhelming applause as we came in. Who we got coming in?
We've got Abby Helms.
Okay.
She's the director of marketing with Augustine School.
Okay.
We've got Landon Preston, who's a parent there, and he's in charge of he's the committee chair. And then we have Sarah Phillips, who's a senior there at Augustine, because they have a spring fundraiser coming up. It's an Oxford evening with Dr. Lou Marcos.
Okay, so we're going to find out all about that. Speaking of schools, we got a couple of cast members, Molly Morris and Summer Basham with us. Cinderella. We're going to do that at the Blankenship Theater at USJ coming up this weekend. We'll find out about that. And we have an author that's with us.
Sherry Henley. Her book is Coming to Your Own. Right. She's going to be talking about her book, and then there's a special trip that you can go on.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
31 days you can turn your life around. She said it would take twice as long as that for me. But
just twice?
She got a special two-thickness edition for me.
Just twice. You're doing good if it's just twice.
Gail Gustafson will be with us and Christy Turnbow. We're going to talk about the Dream Center and Madison Kirkendall.
Madison Kirkendall
is with us, but not singing.
That's right.
She has a day job now.
She does have a job.
And it's very, very important work that she's doing.
She's
We're going to find out about Camelot. We sure are. Holly White's going to be with us. We'll find out about Books at the Barn and the Montessori Fest coming up. Plus, Seeley Jones is with us. Back with us. Delighted to have him. Teresa Smith is here as well, so we're delighted to have them. And so we're getting lined up. We're ready to go. For this, Six in the City.
Franny Smith, host of EPlusTV 6 cooking show At Home on the Range. Our show features some of Jackson's best cooks, regular folks just like you and me that enjoy home entertaining and sharing their culinary skills. Join us each week as our guests share favorite family recipes, tips for entertaining, and delicious fare from the natural gas kitchens at Kaufman's Home Furnishings and Appliances. Have fun with local folks who are going to help you feel more at home on the range.
First Baptist Church is about making disciples, building community, serving others, equipping families, and above all, glorifying God. We'd love to have you join us. First Baptist Church, for God, His gospel, and His glory.
The future of Tennessee's economic success is directly tied to our broadband internet access. Having broadband access leads to an increase in educational and entrepreneurial opportunities, helping our state build a better workforce and accelerate job creation. Please help us make sure that every Tennessean's voice is heard on this important topic by taking the assessment at tn.gov/broadband and passing it on to other members of your community.
Welcome back to Six in the City. We begin with Landon Preston with us and Abby Helms and Sarah Phillips there with the Augustine School in different capacities out here. So we're glad to have everybody with us. We got a special event coming up Friday, March the 11th. It's an Oxford evening with Dr. Lou Marcos. And so we're going to find out about that. And we've already found out there's no admission charge.
That's right, it's free. Starts at 7 o'clock.
Yep, you first.
And it's at Inglewood.
And it's at Inglewood. All right, so Landon, what's happening here?
Yeah, so we're going to, this next Friday, it's March 11th, we're going to have a fundraiser for the Augustine School. We're going to have a silent auction starting at 6:30, followed by our program. And it's really going to be an evening for prospective parents or for people in the community to learn about the Augustine School. There will be an opportunity to give as well, but there's some really cool items that we're going to be auctioning off at the beginning. We'll have a first edition of J.R.R. Tolkien book. So it's coming to us from England. We'll also have a trip for two to Oxford, spend a week in Oxford. And a tweed jacket from England, as well as a chest of British teas. So we're going to have a lot of cool items to get it started. And then it's really an evening to learn about what makes Augustine School unique. You'll hear from students, current parents, as well as hear from Lou Marcos. Lou Marcos he's a scholar on C.S. Lewis and J.R. Tolkien.
Okay.
So he'll be sharing with us as
All
well.
that stuff there. All right. So, and Dr. Hal Poe's going to be there?
Hal Poe will have a
Okay.
special
Special
collection.
exhibit.
He has a special C.S. Lewis
exhibit.
collection that he'll be
Yeah.
having
All right.
that night as well.
All right, so what is the format for the evening then? It starts at what time and where do we go?
6:30 is when the silent auction starts. 7 o'clock is when the program will start.
Okay.
It's going to be Inglewood. As you mentioned, it's free. So if people want to come to the event, they should just call the school.
Okay.
And we can certainly get a table set up for
All right.
them.
So let's get that number out. 660-6822. 660-6822.
What was the draw for Dr. Lou Marcos? Why him? Why was he chosen?
Well, yeah, Lou Marcos, he's a scholar when it comes to C.S. Lewis and J.R. Tolkien. He's one of the most sought after, really, scholars across the country on those specific two guys. And there's a strong tradition at Augustine where I guess we've inherited their legacy in terms of the way that they think about the Christian faith, and it's really, it comes out in our academics quite a bit. So Lou, being familiar with those two men, can speak to the way that they think, and that influences a lot of the learning styles at the Augustine School as
So
well.
communities invited, prospective parents invited, whatever. Or what do you want people to know about the Augustine School?
Well, I would just kind of follow on that in relation to this event. You know, Augustine School is the school that loves to read. The written word is a big deal to us.
Okay.
And two of our favorite authors at Augustine are C.S. Lewis and Tolkien. Our students in the lower school read through Narnia, the Chronicles of Narnia. Upper school, they're going through the Lord of the Rings. And we just feel like they are arguably some of the most notable authors of the 20th century and just really kind of embody the Christian worldview, as well as just being extremely entertaining to children.
Yeah.
So for our students, there's not much better we could ask for in terms of what to put in front of them. And little known fact, Lewis and Tolkien were both classically educated. So at Augustine School, which is a classical Christian school, we wouldn't mind if our students turned out like them under the same system of
wouldn't hurt.
education. Wouldn't hurt, yeah.
What does being at this school mean to you?
It's really meant a lot. I transferred there in the middle of my freshman year,
Okay.
and it was such an easy change, such a small school. I really got to know all the students and my peers really well, really quickly. And just having a classical education is way different than anything I had ever experienced.
So what's different about it?
Well, instead of just like at a lot of schools, you just learn facts, you know, and you have to memorize the facts and then you present them for the test. But at Augustine, you really learn how to reason and how to use your logic in order to return to the facts once you forget them. Or hopefully we don't, but we can always derive back to them if we need to.
All right. Well, if you want to know more about the school or help with the fundraising and all that, this special evening is coming up Friday, March the 11th at Inglewood, starting at 6:30 with Dr. Lou Marcos. What do you hope to achieve out of this then? You want a cross-sectional exposure for this?
Yeah, exactly. We'd love to obviously raise some money for the school, so we'll do that through several different ways that night. But really, we want people to learn about Augustine, what makes it different, as well
Augustine's
as
K through 12, right?
K through 12.
Junior pre-K.
Junior
Junior
pre-K.
pre-K.
Junior pre-K, all the way through. Okay. And so
they'll learn about the school as well as hear from Lou Marcos, he'll be a very entertaining speaker, and then we'll have time for question and answer with him as well.
660-6822. 660-6822. Just heard some missionaries that are in China. Some areas difficult to talk about the faith, and so they share the Chronicles of Narnia, and that becomes a discussion point, right? It's just an interesting thing. It's good to see you.
It is
all.
good to have you all.
We appreciate it very much. We're going to be right back. We're going to talk about theater, Cinderella, coming up on this Six in the City.
For more than 170 years, Lambeth has lived in the heart of Jackson. We've evolved without forgetting our roots. But now we're part of a major research university. Classes are still small. It's your potential that's bigger. More degrees, state-of-the-art facilities, nationally ranked programs, and a culture driven by doing. University of Memphis, Lambeth. Nationally distinguished, locally yours.
With the whole family online these days, speed matters. Good thing EPlus broadband has the consistent speeds it takes to keep everyone happy. In the den with a tablet, streaming a movie in HD, on the home office computer, and using Wi-Fi on a smartphone instead of using up your data plan. It can all happen at once with no waiting. Speed matters. Call, click, or visit Jackson Energy Authority to get set up with EPlus broadband internet today.
This commercial isn't going to shock you or make you laugh, but it just might save your life. Every one of these people is alive today because someone else took the time to give blood. Hopefully, the person that gives blood for you is watching this too. Do you have time? Please give blood.
Welcome back to Six in the City, and we have changed guests and situations, and we have the fairy godmother
But
from
we're
Cinderella.
still with Cinderella.
That's right. Molly Morris is with us, and
She's the fairy godmother.
we said that Summer Basham was going to be here, but she plays Cinderella.
And Cinderella had to stay at home.
Well, Molly Morona, who plays the evil stepmother, said she couldn't come to this show. Wasn't going to let her have a seat here, and so anyway, so it's good to have both of you here. We have Molly and Molly.
Yes, sir.
All right, so here we go. This is coming up. The Enchanted musical Cinderella is coming up this weekend at the University School of Jackson, March 4th, 5th, and 6th.
It's
7
Friday,
p.m.
Saturday,
performances
Sunday.
right on Friday and
Friday
Saturday.
and Saturday, and 2
then
o'clock
2 o'clock
matinee on
everything.
Sunday.
Get tickets at the school? Is that what we do?
Yes, sir. You
Okay.
can get tickets at the front desk.
Okay.
You can call our receptionist. She can handle that for you, or you can also buy them at the door when you
Door, okay.
come at showtime.
Okay,
And
very
tickets
good.
are
They are $10 a piece. Students and senior citizens, they're $7.
Okay.
All right.
All right, very good. And the
Wow.
and the magic being old, I get in for $7.
I know it.
Man,
Aren't
it's-
you proud?
I am. You know, I'm doing a lot more things now in my life. Can afford to go. It is
Well, tell
great.
us about Cinderella.
Well, I'm a
Tell
senior.
something we haven't heard.
Exactly. I'm a senior this year, so this
Okay.
is going to be my final play
Oh, so
at
this
USJ.
is it. Okay.
Yes, I was so excited when I found out that we got to do Cinderella.
Why was that?
Well, it's honestly, it was my favorite princess when I was a little
Okay,
girl. So that
okay.
was really exciting when I
getting to
first
do
heard
this.
the
All right,
news.
okay.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
But it's been so much fun. Honestly, my favorite part of the play is watching the stepsisters. Their lines are absolutely hilarious.
Okay.
They go back and forth bickering. Molly's always trying to split them up. It's hilarious.
Okay.
That's definitely one of my favorite parts.
Okay.
This is definitely much different than other Cinderella versions.
Is it okay?
It's the same premise and the same Cinderella storyline, but there are definitely some different elements to it, I'd say, for sure.
Some comedic
more
lines and
comedy?
stuff?
A lot more
A lot more
comedy.
comedy, okay.
The stepmother and the stepsisters are both definitely caricatures
Okay.
instead of more characters,
Okay.
I guess.
For instance, like the stepsisters, their names are Grace and Joy, rather than the regular
Yeah.
names. And then instead of saying bippity boppity boo, I say fall-de-roll and fiddle-dee-dee. So that's kind of different.
Get tongue-tied with that
Well,
one.
yeah, I hope that comes out okay, right? Yeah.
And
Yeah, the
cat-
R-rated version going on here, yeah. Yeah.
And the cat is not Lucifer, it's Charles.
Charles, okay.
That's a much better name,
All right,
Charles.
so who
and
did this
Lucifer.
adaptation then of this?
It's Rogers and Hammerstein, but I
right.
think it is a high school version.
Version of it. Okay, so that's really
It's
interesting.
Enchanted.
Because the Grimm's fairy tale version of that story is just horrific.
Well, Lucifer the cat,
Yeah,
hello.
I mean, yes. It's like, don't read that to your children. Get the Disney version, right? Yeah. It's
How many are in the cast?
I think we have about 60 people,
Wow.
all high schoolers, and then we have, I think, about 6 or 7 first graders, and then 1 8th grader. So
Okay.
that's the cast.
Did
That's
you
a big
try out
cast.
for these specific parts, or do you try out, read, and then they assign you something, or how does it work?
Everyone has a general audition, and
Okay.
ultimately, our director, Dr. Tammy Grant, she places you wherever she feels you're most fit.
Okay.
But
Did you want this role? Or?
I did.
Okay.
When you audition, you have to fill out a contract, and on the contract, you say that you're going to be at the mandatory rehearsals and which role that you would prefer the most.
Okay,
Exactly.
okay.
And I put down fairy godmother.
Well, Molly, what about you? Did you pick this role, or did they pick you, or?
I actually did not put this role.
Okay.
I put another role. But as I have done this and I've been to all the rehearsals and stuff, I see that this is such a fun role.
Okay.
It's nice to be the evil character. And this has been an exciting process, and that's what theater's all about, is being in a role that maybe you're not the most comfortable with originally, but really learning to enjoy the role.
Okay, so
and
it helps
loving it at
stretch
the
you
end.
as far as skills and everything else.
I'm
Okay.
definitely very
Are you
glad
a
that I've
junior,
done this.
senior?
I'm a senior. This is my last
Okay,
musical
so
as well.
both of you doing the last production. All right, so it's been a good experience.
It's been
in this
great.
show?
Oh,
It really
yeah,
has been.
most definitely.
Okay, all right. What are your plans for college, or have you decided yet? Or?
I am going to Mississippi State in the
Okay.
fall, and I am currently majoring in pre-accounting with a concentration in international business.
Okay.
Wow. Fairy godmother.
Yeah, fairy godmother. Yeah. I'm going to make this disappear. You're not going to be audited. It's all lined up.
That's right. Make sure to have a fairy godmother for your accountant.
Well, in a stark contrast to my fellow Molly, I am going to the University of Mississippi, so Ole Miss.
Right.
So
when they said Oxford a while ago, you went.
I love that. So yes, I'm going to Ole Miss.
Well, good luck to both of you. Here we go. It is coming up this weekend. It will be March 4th and 5th.
It's Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Yeah, 4th and 5th at 7 p.m.
Right.
And Sunday afternoon
at 2. You can get tickets at the door.
This will be at the Blankenship Theater at the University School of Jackson. It's good to see you both.
Thank you, ladies, for being here.
Thank you for having us.
And
We wish you good luck.
Thank you. We're going to go to the main stage. He has been with us before, and we're delighted to have him back with us, the talent of Seeley Jones.
Heard you're leaving all for yourself now. I'm sorry that I didn't call, I'm sorry that I made you fall for me. We both know what it's like to have a loss for words, always speaking but you never heard. Let's separate ourselves from the city lights, get on a back road, just drive and drive. I'll try and only let half of me dedicate itself to apathy, I swear. But this time I'll try not to stop myself from getting into you. I want you to want me. I'll try and stop myself from getting into anybody else. I want you to want me. Well, think of all the good times we've already had. Assess the situation, it's really not that bad. Oh no. My baby got drunk in the backseat. I hadn't lost my temper in nearly 3 whole weeks. My attention is divided, my thoughts are shot. If I don't hold your interest, that's all you've got to let me know. She said it's not a matter of taste, it's just a matter of time. But this time I'll try not to stop myself from getting into you. I want you to want me. I'll try and stop myself from getting into anybody else. I want you to want me.
Jackson Police, what do they do? And why do they do what they do? EPlusTV 6 Roll Call, an update on the people and the work of the Jackson Police Department. A new show every 2 weeks. What they do and what we can do to make a difference in Jackson. Roll now includes you, exclusively on EPlusTV 6.
The DVR. It changes the way you watch TV forever. DVR service lets you instantly record a single show or an entire season and even pause live TV with the push of a button. And now, EPlus Broadband can set you up with multi-room DVR so you can play, pause, control your TV choices from any room in your home. Start a show in one room, finish in another. It will change your life. Learn more about multi-room DVR. Call or visit EPlusBroadband.com today.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included with your EPlus Broadband Cable TV for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Visit EPlusBroadband.com to learn more.
We'll have more with Seeley Jones coming up in this segment. Delight to have him with us.
It is.
And we look forward to more of his performance today on this Six in the City. Sherry Henley is with us, raised as a pastor's child.
That is correct.
Okay, been on stage all of her life, whether you wanted to or not, right?
That's right. I cut my teeth on the church pews.
Okay, very, very good. Well, she is with us. She has a new book out. It's called Come Into Your Own, a 31-day experience. She does cruises, seminars, and everything else. Just completed one in Shelby County, you say, was highly successful?
Exactly, in Memphis, Tennessee, with Mary Beth Conley as the co-host, who is an anchor there in Memphis, as well as Jackie Woodside, who is listed as one of the top 10 authors in Inc. magazine for 2015. So it was great, very successful.
Oh, so what is this Come Into Your Own then?
Come Into Your Own is a 31-day holistic philosophy. So we're really into evolving. And I believe that we evolve every day of our life into what we are to be. But be the best person you are right now in this moment. So 5 minutes from now, I will no longer be with Steve and Cassandra. But now I am, so I'm enjoying that. I think that's a part of coming into our own, is enjoying the moment and also focusing for our future and learning from our past. And with the book, you have a 31-day experience with own notes. And for every day, for 31 days, you have journal capabilities where you can write notes of your own on own your feelings, own your business, own your profession, own your spirituality, own your reputation. We talk a lot about reputation management online today. So these are things that you can make notes about and then come back 6 months later, highlight the areas where you've improved, where you've evolved.
Okay, and then see that, all right? So what caused you to put this together? What were you seeing or that needed to be done out there for people?
Actually, I wrote a blog called Come Into Your Own. And as we all do, the A-type personalities, we take on too much. And so the doctor said to me, you've got to slow down. Being an entrepreneur, I took it to the internet and began to write the blog, Come Into Your Own, a 31-day experience. And it was really based on a lot of what I was going through at that moment, even though the book is not about me. My name is not on the front of the book, because when people pick it up, Cassandra, I want them to own that book. It's their journal.
It's their book.
To walk through, correct.
Okay. What's the best way to get this, Sherry?
You can get this at comeintoyourown.com.
Okay.
You can also find it on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, the local bookstore. You can order it.
Okay, all right, so get that anywhere. Come Into Your Own, a 31-day experience, and then you revisit this 6 months later.
Exactly. We also have own sessions. If you're interested in a 1 hour or a 2 hour session, we give those for anyone in the world because we are digital, or we can do it locally. Our headquarters is located in Memphis, Tennessee, so we are very close to Jackson.
Oh, now, what about the cruise that you are talking about?
We're very excited about that. It's business mixed with pleasure, right?
Right.
We all like to own
Who doesn't want to go on a cruise, right?
Exactly. So Come Into Your Own cruise, it's very inexpensive. It is 2-person occupancy, and it's only around $1,000. It's 4 days.
Wow.
And Mary Beth Conley will be speaking with me. She's an award-winning anchor with a CBS affiliate and also has a CBS affiliate radio show based out of Memphis. And so we're collaborating, my favorite word, the power of collaboration in business. And we are collaborating to bring this cruise together for a Come Into Your Own experience.
It will be when? When is it scheduled?
April of 2017.
All right,
so the deposits can be put down and you can pay it out over time.
Okay. All right, now how do you find out about
where
that?
do we go to find
ComingToYourOwn.com.
Yeah, got it all going on right there.
Can you tell that I specialize in branding as well?
No, not
So
one bit.
ComingToYourOwn.com, and that's your link to the world. What are you seeing happen then for people when they talk to you about this, when they get through this experience?
It has really been amazing, Steve, because we have testimonials on the website of own your story, own your business. Those have been the most popular at this point, where people will come to me and they really want to own their story. The musician that just sang, I'm sure he has a story behind that soul in his voice. And so I've worked with musicians, I work with entrepreneurs, I work with professionals, I work with churches in owning their story, because in the internet, in branding, there are so many voices out there that if you do not establish your message very strongly, then you will not be heard. You will be drowned out. So that has been very effective, and a lot of times own your business turns into own your story, because the person comes to me about their business. Maybe I have one lady I worked with that's an independent consultant, and she said, okay, I want to be able to sell Rodan and Fields. Well, you may have Mary Kay over here, and you may have Arbonne here, and so what's going to set you apart? And so owning your story for that business is so very important.
Very good. It's good to see you.
It is. It's good to have you. It's so interesting.
Thank you.
And it's good to have Sherry Henley with us. And
Coming to Your Own.
Right, and ComingToYourOwn.com changes your life, right?
That is correct.
We can own it today rather than get drug around. We can own it together. We're going to go back to the main stage. It's good to see you.
It is.
Let's
Good to
go
have
back to the
you.
main
Great to
stage
be
and
here.
welcome once again Seeley Jones.
That last song was an original, but this one's Valerie by Amy Winehouse, the late Amy Winehouse.
Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things what you're doing. In my head I paint a picture. Since I come home, yeah, my body's been a mess. I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Valerie, Valerie. Did you have to go to jail? Put your house on up for sale? Did you get a good lawyer? Are you shopping anywhere? Change the color of your hair? Are you busy? Did you have to pay that fine? You were dodging all the time. Are you still busy? Since I come home, yeah, my body's been a mess. I miss your ginger hair and the way you like to dress. Won't you come on over? Stop making a fool out of me. Why don't you come on over, Valerie? Well, sometimes I go out by myself and I look across the water, and I think of all the things what you're doing. In my head I paint a picture.
This commercial isn't going to shock you or make you laugh, but it just might save your life. Every one of these people is alive today because someone else took the time to give blood. Hopefully, the person that gives blood for you is watching this too. Do you have time? Please give blood.
Ready, set, go for it. This is your GAC.
In 1986, my life changed forever when I struck 3 buried high-voltage cables while working on an excavation site. 30,000 volts of electricity blew through my body. I'm lucky to be alive and able to walk again. Today, accidents like mine can be avoided with a simple call to 811 in order to have your dig site marked.
Always call 811 before digging and be a hero. Respect the flags. Brought to you by Tennessee 811.
Welcome back to 6 in the City. If they'll let us, we're going to break in on this private conversation that's been going on during the commercial breaks.
Oh, you never know.
Well,
we weren't talking about shoes, and we weren't talking about bunko.
Yeah, how you doing?
I'm good. And how are you?
Christy Turbo is with us, and we're here to get back on track. We're going to talk about the Dream Center. And Christy is the chair of the board, right?
That's right, president of the board.
Yeah. Had a very successful night with the Jefferson Starship.
Yes, that was the biggest night we've ever had. Yes.
And Mr. Cantor's last performance in his life here at the Carl Perkins Civic Center.
Yes, that is true.
Started at Haight-Ashbury and ended up at the Carl Perkins Civic Center for the Dream Center, but it was a good night.
It was a good night.
What did they think of the Dream?
And he was so nice, by the way.
Well, I started saying, what did they think of the Dream Center? Because this is a very different venue for them.
They were, I think, just completely bowled over.
Okay.
All they kept telling me when I was backstage and making sure that they were being taken care of was how impressed they were, not only of just Jackson, but of the Dream Center, our mission.
Okay.
And they were so respectful, you know, because this was a completely different thing
a whole
for
different
them.
venue for them.
Totally
A whole
different
different
venue.
audience
Yes.
setting, and I mean, you know, that's Haight-Ashbury music and all that
Right.
stuff, and so it was an interesting thing
And
to
so
see.
it really, I think it really touched them. And afterwards, backstage, when they were getting ready to leave the building, they were talking about the ladies' testimonials. And so, you know, hopefully if we touch them and everyone else that was there that night. So it was a great night.
It's going to be your last performance in his life, which it was. Then
It was.
This
Right.
was a magic night.
And then they had just got inducted to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame just 2 or 3 weeks before that. So, yeah.
It was great. All right, good. And it raised a good bit of money.
Yes, it was our biggest night ever.
So thanks to everybody that was a part of that
Thank you,
this
thank
year.
you, thank you.
And speaking of fundraisers.
Speaking of fundraisers.
This is
got
one that I know you love to
Oh,
do.
man, I love talking about 5Ks. I'd rather talk about a 5K than be in one any day.
Yes, we know that, Steve.
It's Running for a Dream. It's
Yeah.
the fundraiser for the Dream Center. It's coming up March 26th.
Yes, it's just around the corner.
It is.
This is our 7th annual 5K, and so we're wanting everyone to come back out that's run with us before, and even those that may have not ever. You can walk it.
Okay.
You don't have to
See,
run,
she
Steve.
looks right at me when she says that. You can't crawl.
Well, yeah, crawl. Now, Cassandra comes out and supports us every year.
Yeah, if you fall out, we'll come by and pick you up.
We'll drag you. We'll drag
back
you
in.
across the finish line.
Steve, if you come,
okay,
I'll walk it with you.
Oh, walk with you. Okay, very
so
good.
I'm putting up a challenge.
So where are we going to do this? Where do y'all do this?
We do it at the Dream Center, so
the
it's
Dream
right
Center.
there at 49 Old Hickory. So
what's the route then?
we come, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the mic, come down and go back through Parkway up to Muse Park and back through, yeah.
All right, very good. All right, so it's coming up
It's a good
Saturday the
run.
26th.
Yes.
Is that the
Registration is at 8:15?
Registration is at 8:15.
Okay, and then the race
Races at 9.
Races at 9.
Is this timed, fun, both?
It's timed. We
It's
get
a
out
little bit of
medals
everything.
and trophies. We
Okay.
do it upright, Steve.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we can register at Races Online?
You can register at Races Online, or you can go to our website.
Oh, at the Dream Center?
thedreamcenterjackson.com, or you can call the Dream Center, 512-0095, or just, you know, stop me when you see me back and forth across town.
Christy, of course, we work together, and Christy markets advertising and all this stuff through Via Media, which helps support all the things that we do here, and it's a great relationship. She's busy, and so you are chair of this board for a reason.
Yes, very much so.
Okay, so what is that?
Because I think that could be me or any of the other ladies that I might know. You know, not only is it the Dream Center Christian base, but it's a truly transforming, transitional way for these ladies to come in and change their entire lives.
Okay.
You know, all of them have different stories. The stories will break your heart.
Yeah. It was interesting to me that night, and it was the first time I'd heard these ladies talk. Diversity of age. People
Very
in their
much so.
20s, people in their
In
50s.
their 40s, yeah.
50s. I mean, just grandmothers and whatever that have gone
Yes.
through. Some had battled addiction issues all their life.
All their lives. And so it could be of course,
That,
addiction. It could be
divorce,
mental,
abandonment,
physical,
other
sexual.
things. Yeah, I mean,
it could be
there's
any
just a lot
type
of
of
different
abuse.
things there.
Yes.
Okay.
And it's, also for their children. So it's a true safe haven. And to be able to be a part of truly transforming someone's lives and getting them back up on their feet is just an amazing thing. And anything that I can do to help in any of that, and especially, I don't want to just say for girl power, but, to help pay forward, pay it forward, because that could be me or anyone else that I know in that same situation.
You never know what life's circumstances are going to deal you.
And you never know their stories. And like you heard them that night, and it opens your eyes, because none of those ladies have the traditional kind of upbringing that we've had, or that what we take for granted.
Well, one of them had been a minister's wife at one point in her life, but then you go through divorces and separation, and you wind up without a place to live. Everything gets taken away.
And she had children.
Children?
Yes.
And just the ability to find a place to start over.
Right.
And just...
Well, if you've always been taken care of, and then all of a sudden that care stops, you have nowhere to go.
They do magic work, the Dream Center here in Jackson. If people want to find out more about the Dream Center, it's on Facebook.
We're on Facebook. You can go to thedreamcenterjackson.com or stop by. I always say, if you want to get a true blessing, just stop by the Dream Center and visit with the women and some of the children. It'll totally touch your heart.
And if you're going through circumstances in your life and you feel things are coming unraveled out there, or maybe they have, Gail Gustafson, you can talk to her.
Amazing. Somebody that truly walks the walk and talks the talk. I did want to say one other thing. We are taking donations on PayPal now, so you can go to our website and do that as well. So if for some reason you can't come out to the race on the 26th, it's Easter weekend, but come out, and before you, there we go, Easter dinner. Come out and run.
All right, the 26th, 9 a.m., registration at 8:15, racesonline.com as well, and that is the Running for a Dream.
Yeah.
It's good to see you,
Seventh
Chris.
annual. Thank y'all
Good
so
to have you
much.
very much. We're going to be right back with more as we continue 6 in the City.
The future of Tennessee's economic success is directly tied to our broadband internet access. Having broadband access leads to an increase in educational and entrepreneurial opportunities, helping our state build a better workforce and accelerate job creation. Please help us make sure that every Tennessean's voice is heard on this important topic by taking the assessment at tn.gov/broadband and passing it on to other members of your community.
You fill up my senses like a sleepy blue ocean. You fill up my senses. Come fill me again.
The living room. It's a great place to watch TV. Just like your backyard, break time at the office, or waiting for your ride. Now you can watch TV everywhere. Stream your favorite shows or live TV from many channels in your cable package on any computer, tablet, or smartphone. It's all included with your EPlus broadband cable TV for no extra cost. Sign up to watch TV everywhere today. Visit EPlusBroadband.com to learn more.
Welcome back to 6 in the City, and Stevie Jones will be coming up again in this segment and one other time before the end of this program. Delighted to have him with us. Madison Kirkendall is with us, and she's been a performer here.
It's true.
Yeah,
I am a singer and a guitar player.
Guitar player, still out there. Where are you going to be this weekend?
I'm actually going to be at Redbones Friday night, playing some guitar and singing.
So if you want to hear Madison, go to Redbones Friday night.
The 4th, right? The 4th? Is that the 4th?
Yeah, the 4th.
Friday night at Redbones.
But when I'm not doing that, I'm a social worker.
Day job, social worker here.
Yes.
And so we're here to talk about Camelot.
Camelot. I've been with Camelot about a year and a half. I actually work out of the Bolivar office. We have an office in Bolivar and Milan. We don't have one in Jackson, and that's what we want to do.
So what do you do?
We train foster parents, license them through the state of Tennessee. Okay. We also have outpatient counseling services and case management services. Okay. But we have a huge need for foster parents in Jackson.
In Jackson.
And not everyone's cut out to be a foster parent.
That's true.
But there are special people who are, and I feel like they don't know how to go about doing it. So that's why I wanted to come today.
Well, how long has Camelot been around?
It has been around since 1972, actually. There actually used to be a office here in Jackson. I think that it died out, but there are offices in Memphis and Nashville, all over Tennessee.
So we need to get an office here.
We need to get one here. We actually already have some foster parents here that we work with out of our Bollinger
How many
office.
children are in foster care through the state of Tennessee now?
Oh, goodness. I looked at the 2010 statement. It was over 400,000. That might have been a U.S. number. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah, okay. All right, so there's a real need. What does it take to be a good foster parent?
Well, we require that you be at least 25 years of age. You can be single, married, with children, and then we require that you do 35 hours of training with us. And we do that through a 7-week process. It's like one night a week. And I actually do some of the training. I like to have fun, so we make it fun for everybody.
Imagine that.
Yeah.
So children then are placed with parents on what basis then?
We get calls from the Department of Children's Services because they cannot place children that are higher than a level 1, which means that if they're taking any kind of like medication or anything, they're classified higher than that. And we get emails and calls on a daily basis asking if we have homes for especially teens. Sometimes we have a real need for teen placement.
All right. So somebody feels this calling in their life then, they can call you.
They can call me at this number right here, 731-697-3174. We're on Facebook, Camelot Care Bollinger.
Okay.
And
so what's the process then if I call you then?
If you call me, I will tell you about our upcoming class. You're going to have to fill out a lot of paperwork, of course, go through a background check, attend all your classes, and become CPR certified. So, and then we do a home study process as well, because we want to make sure that we place kids with the best possible fit.
So really, the kids are matched to the right foster parents.
We work with the foster parents over the course of a couple months to really get to know them, so we know that the placement we want it to work out.
What attracted you to this work?
There's not a lot of people that want to do it. And there's a lot of kids that really need somebody, and I've always just wanted to be there.
It would be a life-changing experience for a child, I would think, to get placed in the right place.
And these kids what are the ages of the kids?
We've had infants, but I work with a lot of teenagers. And I really like doing that because it hasn't been that long since I was a teenager, so they can relate to me, and it's pretty cool. So I really enjoy it.
Well, it's important work.
It is.
And, we don't do collective orphanages anymore, except on very, very rare occasions. So it's not collective housing anymore, it's individually done.
Yes.
So it's important work. If you want to be a foster parent, Jackson-Madison County, 697-3174.
Yes, sir.
697-3174.
And you have an email address?
Yes, I do. It's madison.kirkendall@pathways.com.
Pathways.com.
All right. Or you can find you on Facebook at Camelot.
Yes.
Okay. It's good to see you.
It is. Good to see you.
We look forward to having you back with us. We're going to go back to the main stage and welcome once again, Seeley Jones.
This is one I wrote. It's quite simple. It's called Come My Way.
She said she knew I was a fiddler. She said you can tell a man's work by his hands. And I'm not sure how much I learned from that day. One thing that I know for sure, that girl should come my way. Yeah, come my way. Well, ain't it strange how each day brings something new? One minute I'm alone, the next I'm falling in love with you. So come my way. Yeah, come my way. Girl, since you and I were only 17, my heart's been through the floor. If you would bring your ass back home to Tennessee, then did before. She said she knew I was a fiddler. She said you can tell a man's work by his hands.
We've made the EPlus broadband cable TV lineup even better. Now you get even more channels. Watch NBA highlights on NBA TV Channel 85, 285 HD expanded tier. Plus, we've added ESPN College Extra 161 through 168 digital tier, 8 more channels of regional sports action. With a digital converter, watch these sports channels and more. For a copy of the new lineup, go to EPlusBroadband.com. Utility infrastructure often coordinates with streets and highways. Much of the work performed by utility crews is done in proximity to traffic. Tennessee has added utility crews to the mandated clearance for emergency and law enforcement personnel. When lights are flashing, crews are working, traffic should move over an additional lane. If a lane gap is not available, traffic should slow. The Jackson Energy Authority thanks the drivers of Jackson for your cooperation in Move Over Tennessee, promoting the work and safety of JEA personnel.
With the whole family online these days, speed matters. Good thing EPlus Broadband has the consistent speeds it takes to keep everyone happy. In the den with a tablet, streaming a movie in HD, on the home office computer, and using Wi-Fi on a smartphone instead of using up your data plan. It can all happen at once with no waiting. Speed matters. Call, click, or visit Jackson Energy Authority to get set up with EPlus Broadband Internet today.
Welcome back to 6 in the City. It's Via Media Day.
It is Via Media.
Christy Turnbow with Via Media.
We have had Via Media
here. And
here.
here's the other half of Via Media in our market, Holly White. How are you doing? I'm good. We all work together every day, so it's good to have everybody on set. Holly's very active in this community as well, and we're here to talk about a couple of things. Among the things in her life, just as Christy's active, Holly is on the board of the Imaginative Library in Madison County, and they have a Books at the Barn event coming up.
Yes.
It will be a week, as we do the show on the 1st. We're doing this on Tuesday, March 1st. It'll be Tuesday, March the 8th, 6 till 7:30 at the barn at Snyder Farms, and this is a dinner. We're talking about delicious rib and pork tenderloin.
Ooh.
The dinner is provided by Mark Montgomery and his team, and it's free.
Free.
It's free.
It's free.
And that's in all caps, free. And he did say ribs.
Yes. You get out there for dinner, there will be a solicitation of funds afterward. Right. It's kind of like the preacher.
Just a little bit.
Yeah,
That's right. The basket will be
You get
passed.
the church house free. We're about to pass the basket.
That's
We're
it.
looking for like residual donors, so people that could do 10 a month or 100 a month or 50 a month or whatever.
Yes, we would
fund the
like
program.
to begin to accumulate more people who can do monthly donations.
Just kind of a foundation
even
for
if
the
it is
program.
just 10, 20, I mean, every little bit
It helps,
helps.
yeah.
We are working to help the early literacy in Jackson, Madison County. And the beautiful thing about Imagination Library is all of the funds are completely going right back into the program, the books for these children.
Right. Children get a book from the time they're born, if they're registered in the program, until they're age 5. They get one every month.
They do.
The cost is shared with the Books from Birth Foundation, Dolly Parton, the Governor's Foundation, and all
It
stuff.
is.
And so the actual cost for a child to receive a book a month in Madison County, you're responsible for raising how much money?
Well, we raise about half.
Half of that, which
each
is what?
month. It's about $3,000 a month for Jackson, Madison
But
County.
that covers how many children? I mean, there are a lot of children in this program.
Thousands. I mean, there's some, but there again, we're constantly wanting to recruit more and more children,
right.
so that we can spread the word and truly educate these children and start them reading. My 6-year-old and my 5-year-old have received these books since they were in birth, and my 6-year-old is now reading fluently.
Okay.
And I credit a lot of that to these books that we've received and we've read in the evenings.
So, do you need to make a reservation to go to the books at the barn?
We would. We would
Okay.
like, if there's several of us
You could call
on the board.
217-6787, and that's John Harris, who's given us his number, 217-6787. Just let him know you're going to be out there.
Or you can also give me a call, 731-589-2741 to RSVP.
Okay. That'll be next Tuesday night, March the 8th.
It's a week from today.
7:30, the barn at Snyder Farms out in Denmark, and that's a great facility as well. And that's a
It
free
is.
dinner. We'll do it. Now, after that's done, getting out of the business, the Montessori School at Bemis,
Yes.
which is going to be moving to Tigard.
Yes. We will be the Community Montessori School.
The Community Montessori School. Montessori
next fall.
Fest is coming up Saturday, March the 12th. It's going to be at 230 D Street right there at the Montessori School. A 5K and 1 mile fun run starting at 9. What else is going to be happening?
Well, we will also, after the 5K, we will have games for children at 10
So it's a
a.m.
family day.
It is. It is a family day. We start out running and getting our exercise, and then we come into food and vendors and games. The games will have a $10 wristband. The children can come in, pay $10 for the wristband, and they can play all day. We'll have the bouncy jumpers. We'll have different areas of activities where they can play, different games where they can win candy and stickers and small prizes.
And this goes till
1 o'clock in the afternoon.
10 to 1.
Come and run, and then go inside and shop and let your children play in the gym. And
It's also a way to see the school.
it is. It's a way to meet some of our staff. There are many people in this community interested in our school, which is wonderful. It's a wonderful school. But it's a way to meet our staff and to become familiar with the Montessori school and the way that we learn. We are a hands-on learning environment. And in fact, some of the games are hands-on this year. Instead of just basic games of going up and throwing a ball to win a prize, there's actually a concept behind it for hands-on learning.
Oh, sorry. Okay. So learn while you play.
Yes.
Okay.
And wear out your children, so hopefully they take a good nap.
Okay, so that afternoon everybody's ready.
Yes.
And we can register for the race at
racesonline.com or at the door. And it's $17 online, and you are guaranteed a T-shirt for the day.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
If you register online, or if you pay at the race, you're still guaranteed a T-shirt, just not maybe your
registration. If you register day of race, is that a
It's
different?
$20.
It's 20. Okay.
You can register that day. So the run will start at 9, so the registration will be prior to that.
Yes,
You go to racesonline.com and go to Montessori Fest. Is that what you
It's
did?
Montessori Fest.
Montessori Fest to raise money for the Montessori School at Bemis, which will be relocating to Tigard. So it's going to be an exciting new day.
It is. It's going to be a very busy day.
Okay, very good. All right, that's coming up Saturday, March the 12th.
Yes.
We're going to be right back with more. It's good to see you.
Good to see you,
We're going to be back
Daddy.
with more as we continue 6 in the City.
Jackson 24/7 continues this summer as your source for perspective on people, issues, and key decisions facing our community. Whether it's the economic challenges facing public education, the battle in the streets for local law enforcement, or a bold new leader for higher education, Jackson 24/7 brings you the key questions and answers every day at noon, 4, 6:30, and 9:30 on EPlusTV 6.
Okay, Josh, do your stuff.
Okay, people, you know the drill. Canned foods only, guys.
Sometimes you gotta live what you believe, open your arms, cause that's where it starts. Right here with you and with me. I know well, needs now is love.
Generosity, pass it on.
A little help from up above. Faith to me.
A message from the Foundation for a Better Life.
The DVR. It changes the way you watch TV forever. DVR service lets you instantly record a single show or an entire season and even pause live TV with a push of a button. And now, EPlus Broadband can set you up with multi-room DVR so you can play, pause, control your TV choices from any room in your home. Start a show in one room, finish in another. It will change your life. Learn more about multi-room DVR. Call or visit EPlusBroadband.com today.
Welcome back to 6 in the City. Thanks to all of our guests, and we have all kinds of things. A reminder, because they were with us last week, that State Fair is also going to be on the stage at the NED this week, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and that is with Trinity Christian, and they're at the NED, and then USJ is at the Blankenship Theater. So we have great musical
Lots of
work.
musicals.
A lot of stuff going on.
There is a lot of stuff going on.
6 in the City this evening, which is usually on at 7, is going to be on at 5 this afternoon, because we're doing election returns tonight on Super Tuesday. We're doing the show on Super Tuesday. And so anyway, that's coming up at 7 o'clock this evening. We'll get you updated on what's happening in Madison County, the vote turnout there and direction. And also we have one contested race for County Commission in District 10. That'll be coming up on that. And then we'll talk about what else is going on, set that in context. Also a reminder that coming up on TV6, EPlusTV 6, the TSSAA basketball championships over the next 3 weekends. with the separate divisions and boys and girls and all that stuff. And so basketball, Matthew Ald's got all that lined up, the tech set and everything else. Our school's ready to go. Plus Union University basketball, right, is coming up? Yes, all right. So that's going to be on. I had to check with Matthew.
That's right. You got to check with the.
All right. So that goes on
authority.
at 10:30. And so we've got delays on that and all that stuff coming up. Plus, excellent work underway. And speaking of Union University, with Jackson 24/7, they're doing the Newsmaker Monday, which is an interview press round conference with key people in the community. So a lot of great things going on.
And also, just remember, if you can't get EPlusTV 6 on Channel 6, you can always go to EPlusTV6.com and stream it live on your iPad. You can stream it on your phone.
And we now have a YouTube channel.
Yes, we do.
YouTube's letting do full-length programs. So this show is on YouTube.
That's right. If you miss one of our shows, you can always go to YouTube and check it out.
Dialogues and interviews. Just did a special program. Matthew Ald was out with the LEAP program. Very important initiative in connecting education and the workplace, and some innovative direction out there. Manufacturing is a totally different experience than it used to be.
It is.
And the careers and everything else and unfilled positions. So there's a lot of exciting stuff. So be sure to catch all that right here. Congratulations also to our natural gas division. Had a big celebration that we're doing with the last of the cast iron. All right. And so watch that on TV6, a real key step for all of them. All right. You running this weekend?
Not in a race. I'll be running, but I don't have a race this weekend.
That's right. You run every day.
See, the Montessori race is the end. You know, it's.
And I get up every day and think about it.
Yeah.
We're gonna head over to Seeley. It's been good to have you with us.
It has been. It's been a pleasure.
Appreciate it. And Teresa Smith, it's always good to see you. And so we're going to take an Angel. It's good to have everybody here. And we're going to take it out with Seeley Jones. Seeley.
She was more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. I said, don't mind, but what do you mean? I am the one who would dance on the floor and around. She says, I am the one who would dance on the floor and around. People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. And Mama always told me, be careful who you love, be careful what you do. The lie becomes the truth, yeah. But Billie Jean is not my lover. She just a girl that says that I am the one. The kid is not my son. She says I am the one. The kid is not my son. For 40 days and for 40 nights the law was on her side. But who could stand when she's in demand her schemes and plans? Because we danced on the floor and around. So take my strong advice, just remember to always think twice. She told my baby we danced till 3, then she looked at me. She showed a photo, my baby cried, his eyes were like mine. So we danced on the floor and around. People always told me, be careful what you do. Don't go around breaking young girls' hearts. Ooh, and she came and stood beside me, the smell of sweet perfume. It happened much too soon. She brought me to her room, but Billie Jean is not my lover. She's just a girl that claims that I am the one. The kid is not my son. She says I am the one. The kid is not my son. Billie Jean is not my lover. Billie Jean is not my lover. The kid is not my son. Billie Jean is not my lover. Billie Jean is not my lover. Billie Jean is not my lover. Billie Billie Jean is not my lover. The kid is not my son.